If you notice, it starts looking much nicer now, and the placement on the bottom, you see it's now more very distributed. Now we see checker boxes instead of you know, those wiggly lines that we saw, which are more accurate to the actual texture that we're applying. So for now, I am going to move this segment down to the other quadrant, and we're not going to leave it there. We're just going to put it there just to use it later. And there is another piece here that we need to fix, and I understand that is the inner part of this. So let's go on the inside and select that bottom piece. Okay, so I'm gonna go select all those faces, and I'm holding the shift key down as I click on each one of them. Okay, excellent. And let's do an automatic map again. And if you notice, it's kind of similar to the one that we have here. It's just that bottom part there that is on the inside. And let's just move it to this quadrant here for reference of placement. And it looks much nicer. You see, if you look even closer, you're going to notice that the checker maps are much better applied now. Okay? So I keep hitting the Control R. It's the shortcut on 3D Studio Max. That's what happens when you float from one to the other. Okay. Oh, we have some distortion here with triangles, which is also one thing that you might want to look into fixing for the final. Get a much cleaner geometry. That happens when you convert from either older versions or convert from OBJs or other formats. If you notice, that one line that was going beyond the texture default texturing area is gone now because we already placed it here. So the final step will be to take everything that you have, and you can select it either there or here. Select it here, and then scale it to fit the default texturing area. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it manually like that, and let's do it like this, and scale down. There you go. Make sure that you zoom in, that everything is inside the area. There's some points here that might not be inside that area. So there you go. That way you have a nice layout. We still have some overlapping here from the inside and outside parts. If you're really determined to map this completely accurate, you might want to select the outer shell of the vase, and that way you can map only the outer shell. Okay. From here, what you need to do is polygons, UV snapshot, say OK, and whatever you determine here, that's where it's going to be saved. So file name, whatever the path is, that's where the file is going to go, and you need to save it as a JPEG so that you can save it to the classroom. Okay, so you can call it vase UV or something significant. And that's it. Or you can always, do this and do a screen snapshot with the print screen key, and then you can go to either Microsoft Word or Photoshop, or even Microsoft Paint can do that edit paste, and then you get whatever you were seeing on the screen. It will be saved to that file, that software. And from there you just save it to upload it to the classroom. Okay, this will be actually perfect because we're seeing the geometry on one side with the checker map, and then we're seeing the UV map the way you had it. If you do it that way, make sure that you turn off the texture so that we can see. You see how difficult it starts looking when we start seeing it this way. So let's make sure that you follow that. Another thing is, you might notice that this part here is very small versus this part that is very big. That might give you problems when you texture and you're using a procedural texture, because then this part will look very tiny and this part will look much bigger. What you can do is resize these parts of the bottom and the top part to kind of match more the proportions as you see it on this one. Okay, and then keep rescaling it. This will probably look much bigger. Okay, so I hope this helps, and look forward to seeing your vases mapped.